Good to go.
What's good, Denver? How you doing? Welcome back to the show. I want to encourage everybody to sign up for the newsletter, realgooddenver.com. We just eclipsed, 11,000 folks on the newsletter. So you'll be joined by 11,000 of your best buddies with great insights on events, restaurant openings, festivals, of course, the Red Rocks calendar, where you can do yoga and with how many goats. Everything is on the newsletter, so definitely check out realgooddenver.com, and happy to have you on the podcast. I'm going to start out today, if you guys don't mind, with a story about marriage. Okay? So let me read this essay. Marriage is one of the oldest human institutions, dating back thousands of years, not as romantic union, but as a strategic alliance. In ancient Mesopotamia, marriage served to secure property, produce legitimate heirs, and strengthen tribal ties. Love had little to do with it. In ancient Rome, marriage became more formalized as a legal contract, and with the rise of Christianity, it took on a religious significance, eventually becoming a sacred sacrament in the Middle Ages. The idea of marrying for love didn't gain popularity until the 18th and 19th centuries, and I'd say into the 20th century, influenced by Enlightenment thinking and Romantic literature. Today, marriage continues to evolve, sometimes sacred, sometimes symbolic, and often a reflection of the culture that surrounds it. And I would just go to say that 99% of marriage is created by romantic interest. And I just want all the men of Denver that marriage exists, or Aaron Gordon would have every single woman in this city.
And there at the end.
So,
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that was insane. That was
Dude, I thought the energy and excitement I had from the buzzer beater dunk, I thought that was going to be the pinnacle of the season. But no, dude, that 3-pointer last night, Westbrook gets the steal, dish, boom, last second three to win the game in OKC.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I was going crazy. Me and Heidi and Oslo, they're sick as dogs, but like they're like jumping up. We're just like, yeah, it was so good. It was so fun, man. Aaron Gordon, unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible ending. That was crazy. They stole game one in OKC. That's massive for the series.
So big, and on top of that, I actually really like OKC. Shea is amazing. They are like very, very good. It's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I have no love for their fans.
Mm-hmm.
They are just the flattest, low energy, sit in their chair with their matching t-shirt looking asses. It just drives me crazy to watch the game. I'm like, look at, they're up in the second round playoffs by 17 points, and everyone's just kind of scratching their head like, oh, good shot.
Wow.
No energy.
They're just expecting the win now at this point. Like, yeah, we're up 17. Like we're waiting for the finals. This is nothing for us.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen, man. Dude, the Nuggets right now, Jokic has got them believing. I mean, if they get past OKC, I don't think there's anything stopping them. It looks like the Celtics suddenly are super vulnerable. They lose last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting for sure. I wonder if there's any because there's the tight MVP debate between Jokic and Shai. I wonder if there's any extracurricular motivation here for Shai and Jokic. This is kind of like the proving stage for that. And Jokic, he says he doesn't care about MVP, but I wonder if deep down he's like, I'm gonna solidify it here in this series against the runner up.
He definitely does care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to. Just because how he shows up, man. He did what, 46, 22, and 6 or something like that. Just like unbelievable numbers. Dude is screaming at everybody on the sidelines. It's so fun, man. It's so fun.
Yeah, he was fired up last night.
Yeah, he was.
You could see the passion.
Yeah, I was trying to read his lips. It looked like he was saying, when you shoot the ball, shoot it to go in the basket.
That is how you accrue points. So
yeah,
good advice.
Oh man, so fun, man. You know, and there is some truth to that about Aaron Gordon. I mean, that's a beautiful man. There, he came up second in the running. I saw on some Reddit thread where they're like, who's the best looking guy in the NBA? And there was some guy that looks like a male model, you know, but Aaron Gordon was way up there. You know, he's
Jared
what, six?
Gordon? Really?
Yeah, Aaron Gordon. I mean, he's like 6'10". You know, he's got the nice skin, the dreadlocks, the cool tattoos. He lives in an awesome warehouse with a basketball court in there and drives
Yeah.
cool cars.
I guess he's got the defined jawline too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
great jawline.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
He's
yeah.
humble and a team player, you know, always quick to give credit and merit to his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
He's one with
Dunks.
the people, running out to the riots in the streets in his game worn shorts
Yeah,
after the championship.
yeah. I mean, if polygamy was legalized, we just wouldn't have a chance. Everyone would be like, no, it's cool. I'll be the 700th wife. It's fine. It's fine. I'll see every couple of years all these other dudes. I can't even see them. So,
My brother, he works for a property management company, and he one of the properties he manages is Aaron Gordon's mom's house where she lives. It's owned by Aaron Gordon, but
cool.
I need to tell him to go over there and tell her to tell her son to not to leave the women alone
Oh man.
for us.
Just like maybe I could give him a note. It's just slip a note in his mom's house, like, "Hey man, there's this guy. He's really cool. He wants to just be friends." You
Mhm.
know, his name's Ryan. He lives in Denver too.
Yeah, we could do
Uh,
that. Yeah, absolutely.
nice. All right, let's keep going with sports. What you got, Troy?
Yeah, obviously Denver taking game one, that was massive. Um, I think they were huge underdogs in this game, I'm pretty sure. And it looked like OKC had them put away. And they kind of let off the gas there at the end, just kind of had I don't know what happened. They were up what, like three with 11 seconds left. Home Green missed a couple free throws. They had a foul, and Denver capitalized. They took advantage. Gordon hit that clutch three, and they pulled this out, which is obviously huge momentum swing for the series. Like, when you're coming in to play the number one seed in the West at their home court, you stealing game one it's can totally change the dynamic of the series. So this thing's wide open now.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, really exciting to see what takes place from here on out.
So good.
Seems like they're heating up because I mean, Game 7 last week, didn't Denver just like sweep them basically? Won by like almost 20 points or something.
Hmm. Yeah, they rolled the Clippers over game seven. It was a abysmal effort from the Clippers.
Wow.
Totally. Yeah, they quit.
Yeah. And it felt like the series really ended after that Gordon dunk in game four. That was
Totally.
the series was over, but I think the win kind of got sucked out from the Clippers and they realized like, damn it, I don't think
Yeah.
we're beating them.
Once Aaron Gordon is windmilling his arms and running all over the court, that series is done.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
What did uh what did Jamal Murray do last night? I'm curious.
I think he had 16, something like that. He
'Cause
went six. Oh, he went 6 of 16. He wasn't shooting super great, but
if they're pulling out wins and Murray's shooting 6 of 16, that's a positive.
yeah. I
Good.
mean, Christian Brown played great and very telling that they pulled MPJ at the end and put Christian Brown in there.
Mhm.
I think that's going to be the lineup next season. I think MPJ is probably seen his way out. I mean, I love the guy, great shooter, but boy, is he like inconsistent and just doesn't have that killer instinct. And when you have a guy like Westbrook on the team who's diving every direction, every play, you can really see the difference, you know?
Yeah, MPJ, he can be a liability in those clutch time minutes there at the
Yeah,
end. Uh,
totally.
yeah, it'll be exciting for sure. Um, Also, in other news, LeBron James, he did not attend the Met Gala because of the knee sprain that happened in, I think it was five, game five or game six, I forget, whichever game they got eliminated. But yeah, it's kind of wonder like what's next because I mean he's 40 years old. He's going to be 41 next season. Um, like if you're him, like what are you thinking right now? Like, I don't see him being able to carry a legitimate championship contending team at, 41, being the oldest player in the NBA for an entire another uh 82 game season. So it's really going to be interesting. I don't see him leaving like I think he'd be more likely to retire rather than lead the Lakers and play somewhere else. But we'll see. We'll see if he gives it another go because Lakers have playoff aspirations, and if they're gonna go for it with a whole nother, LeBron leading the team, Luca, maybe add a couple more pieces another season, that's a huge lift at, being a 41 years old, the oldest athlete in the NBA. So
Totally.
super
Yeah.
interesting.
If I was him, I'd be asking the commissioner for a giant check
Yeah.
because the NBA is already hurting. And if LeBron leaves, I think you see ratings go down another 20% just single handedly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, very true. Very true. I mean, such a massive part of the fan base is there just for him, like literally. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. His last play of that Timberwolves game was a layup. I was wondering when I watched it, like, could this be his last bucket? It could be. We don't know.
Could be, man. Could be. I hope not.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, uh, in light of the NBA playoffs, Curry's legacy. So Steph Curry and the Warriors, they just beat the Rockets on Sunday in a super hard fought, tough Divisional One first round matchup. And now they're taking on the Timberwolves, who've been resting, just dominated the Lakers, are probably one of the hottest teams right now. If the Warriors let's just say the Warriors beat the Timberwolves and then move on to play either OKC or Denver, and then move on to play either the Celtics or the Cavs, this would be probably the most difficult path that now 37-year-old Steph Curry's ever had in his career to the finals. Um, if he wins finals, if he wins another finals, let's say this is all hypothetical, and a finals MVP at age 37, there's some serious questions and conversations that need to be had around GOAT status, top blank, top X player of all time. So this is the run. Like this is his run right here. This is his legacy. He can build big time. And we included an article in the show notes where Kendrick Perkins kind of goes into his take on this, but super interesting. So Warriors are definitely, there's a lot of legacies on the line. Feels like this season, a lot of different storylines and narratives behind some of these star players that have been in the league for a long time.
Feels like a changing of the guard, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, Steph, first ballot Hall of Famer easily, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll make a weird statue for him in Oakland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a weird
But,
stuff.
but yeah, man, I love seeing them playing so good. I mean, RIP Lakers, they'll be back, but like, good Lord, man, they're playing really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, and I like Draymond, kind of. I mean, I would love him if he was on my team, but it's kind of annoying to see that Kia commercial with him in it. Does that bother you?
The one with the wolves.
Yeah.
He's like super airbrushed looking. Yeah, it's the weirdest commercial. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, what? I don't get it.
And he has like khaki pants on and like golf shoes. I'm like,
And he,
dude,
and he
what?
has the wolf spirit like flickers in his eyes. I don't even understand the commercial. It's weird.
Raymond.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats to him getting his bag. That's great. I'm happy for him. But I'm like, dude, that guy, Kia, what a weird, what a weird relationship. I don't know.
Yeah. That commercial is definitely one of the weirdest commercials on TV. Have you seen the other one with the Mountain Dew with the seal? There's like a Mountain Dew commercial where it's like a seal singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who that is, right?
Is he the guy who sings that song in the commercial?
His name's Seal.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to explain that. My girlfriend's mom was watching. We were watching it last night, and she's like, "Oh, I don't like this commercial." Every time it comes on, she looks away. She's like, "This makes me feel weird. I don't like this commercial."
Tom, did you know that about who Seal is?
No, I don't know who that is.
This is wild, man. Okay. So my daughter last night said the same thing. She's like, why does that seal look so weird? I'm like, you know who that is? She's like, no. I was like, oh, the singer, his name is Seal. he had two big hits. He had Kissed by a Rose on the Grave and then Crazy. It was two one-hit wonder kind of guy. But she didn't know either. And I was like, wow, man, I must be old, but I must be really old if you guys don't know who Seal is.
No idea.
I know his music. I just he's like one of those songs like you know the songs you just don't know who they're by.
Yeah. That's so funny. She said the exact same thing. She's like, why does a seal look like that? I was like, oh.
Funny. Good marketing. We're here talking about it. So
Exactly.
cool. That's it for sports.
Cool. All right, Tom, what you got, buddy?
Very nice. I got a couple things here. Some Tom's takes. I'm gonna pick back up with our developing Denver
Yeah.
segment with one, and then I'm gonna move into something else. But new Waldorf Astoria residences. So this is
Ooh.
not a hotel. Residences coming to Cherry Creek. Now, these are going to be some high-end luxury units here. But they've got approval, and I think they're starting this up pretty soon, but 37 luxury residences are going to offer timeless elegance for every season. I've seen conflicting reports here. Actually, you know what? This one must be legit because this is straight from Hilton themselves. But the residences in this building will be starting at 1.2 million.
Wow.
So 37 luxury residences. So obviously condo type residences over in Cherry Creek. 1.2 million starting for these. And I mean, this is kind of really setting into stone this like super luxury living aspect of the Cherry Creek area that has obviously been becoming more and more prevalent. I mean, the real estate in that area is already insane, no matter if you're looking at apartment rentals or if you're looking at condos, even homes, mansions in some places. But man, this is a big project that they've got approval for here. And now keep in mind that 1.2 million starting price tag, these luxury residences will be ranging from 1,350 square feet to
Wow.
4,320 square feet. So you are going to be paying, I mean, what is that, 10,000 per square foot?
1.3 million for 1,300 square feet.
Yes.
Wow.
Is that 10,000 per square foot there?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, right? I mean, what the hell is going to be in these? It says, they're going to have like super luxury lounges and like a high-end restaurant in the building, but who wants to pay for that?
The architecture is beautiful. I like the building.
It looks like a really cool building. Very modern, very future forward. Got lots of greenery involved.
I'm not a fan of like you feel like you're living in a hotel. Like, I've had friends that live in the luxury, apartments where, you have the security at the front and our front desk and the gym and the pool and the dog park, but it's like, it feels like you're living in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Waldorf Astoria, historically is a hotel chain, hotel division of Hilton, be a really high-end division. But yeah, these are going to be residences. So it says here, the iconic brand synonymous with timeless luxury rooted in elegant service, Waldorf Astoria will deliver a personalized living experience like no other to Cherry Creek, including a legendary Peacock Alley inspired lounge, rooftop resort style pool with bar and lounge areas, wellness center with massage, his and her sauna, steam rooms, and a signature restaurant. So it's going to be like a friggin' resort basically, but
I wonder if any Nuggets players are gonna snatch up any of those those units.
I mean, they won't fit in it. It's 1,350 square feet for 1.3 million.
They had up to 4,000, right? They had some bigger ones.
Yeah, 4,320. So
Still though, 1,300. That's rough.
it's wild, and that just goes to show, how expensive that real estate is.
But
over
they'll
there.
all, bet you they'll all be full though.
You
Eventually.
know it. Yeah.
Um,
When you think about it, like $10,000 per square foot, that would play with my head, because like if you kick your shoes off and you're like,
that's a $10,000 spot right there.
that's a $10,000 spot for my
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Every step you take is, every 5 steps is a medium to high range salary. So
your bathroom trash can, you're like, I'm
10
wasting this
Gs.
space.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got to get the most out of every single inch of that place. But anyway, that's our little developing Denver section. And then we got some bones to pick with ChatGPT, and specifically speeds here. So all of us here, What's Good Denver, use ChatGPT religiously, I think. We're not only in our personal and professional lives, but just for fun. I mean, I'm spitballing ideas to ChatGPT, researching, doing things left and right. Ryan and I started meeting up with a AI group, each week, and we talk about, different use cases we're using, not just ChatGPT, but other tools for as well. And it seems this week that ChatGPT speeds are like really slow. I mean, the image generation, it just led me last night to becoming a pro user for the first time. So that's the $20 per month tier. And I think I may have an idea why. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but this is kind of buzzing through the news. The new update, the ChatGPT 4.0 model, is facing issues with being overly positive and praising users in a sycophantic manner. People are using to describe this. The word sycophantic, the definition here is behaving or done in an obsequious way in order to gain advantage, praising people in authority in a way that is not sincere, usually in order to get some form of advantage with them.
This is interesting, because I may have heard the word sycophant like one time in the last 10 years until this latest thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like the whole media descended on 4.0 for sycophantic results.
Yeah.
Which it's just like so interesting how the media like does this weird groupthink and then like attacks something.
Yeah.
They do it to Trump all the time for sure, but then they'll do it to Elon. And now it's like Sam Altman maybe, and they're like, we're going to use this specific word. So you hear it from like all these people.
I've never even heard the word before, so
yeah, like
I had
The
to.
word I was using was just glazing.
Yeah, it's glazing you up.
Like it's like, man, like you don't have to hype me up like that. Like, come on. When I'm using it, sometimes it's like you're exactly right. You're doing the perfect thing.
Right, exactly. I don't need glazing from the AI chatbot. I actually want a very neutral voice. Just give me what I want and get out of the way.
If anything, like a little bit of constructive criticism tone would be more helpful.
I
honestly.
actually went ahead and told my specific chatbot, I was like, you got to tone it down a little bit, because it is real. Like
It'll tone it right back up, though.
This most recent update is super, super like suck uppy. And
I heard Sam Altman addressed it though.
He did. And I have the article on that right here. So this is from Fortune magazine, but Sam Altman says OpenAI will fix ChatGPT's annoying new personality as users complain the bot is sucking up to them. So they are addressing this. This is from sometime last week, but it really was becoming an issue. I have a little side project going on where I am talking to ChatGPT, just like modeling out and designing like my dream venue space for the Denver area. And every time I say like, oh, I'm thinking about this for the space, or I'm thinking about adding this to increase like crowd flow and stuff. And it's like, you are a nightlife god and should be praised for the rest of time for every single idea I give it. I'm like, I kind of prefaced it this session with like I want you to be like a nightlife mogul partner for this project and be able to kind of give me objective thoughts and opinions based on the design that I'm trying to develop here. And it's like every single idea I give it, it's like, wow, this is going to be iconic. And I'm like, I had to last night just be like, I need you to tone it back a little bit and stop saying everything's a good idea.
Glazing. I love that, Troy.
It's like a hyper fantastical. It gives you like a unrealistic feedback on how great you really are and you're doing.
Yeah.
Can be harmful. It can be damaging in certain scenarios.
Exactly. It's almost unhelpful in a lot of ways. So I had to tell it to tone it back and start being a little bit more objective and, realistic in terms of my, venue design ideas. But this leads me into my next suggestion here, and something that everyone should check out, even if you don't have premium or pro, and you want to get into some more specific types of ChatGPT. This first one is one that I actually learned about from our meetup group, Ryan, but they have GPT almost like presets that you can interact with, and they're kind of different personalities. They still use the latest model, but they are almost like prefaced with different types of personalities, instructions, specific things, and they're just called GPTs. You can go right on your ChatGPT account, whether it's on your phone or whatever, just on the top left, and you can choose Explore GPTs. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the sycophantic version of ChatGPT. It's called Monday. Has anyone messed with Monday?
No.
It's like, it literally says, a personality experiment. You may not like it, and it may not like you. So it's like it's very hypercritical. It almost basically like doesn't want to talk to you, but you can, if you are just too sick of the overly positive aspects of the current main model, go give Monday a try, and just, you got to have a thick skin because it's going to tear you down. And I actually have been utilizing Monday because it has almost like a better understanding of like human nature and like personality, and it has a really objective take on pretty much everything that you say to it. But I've been convincing it to be friends with me, essentially, so that it can give me solid resume feedback. So I'm using Monday to look at my resume and to like really give me objective, like cruel but real feedback. And it works well. So give Monday a try.
Awesome.
Just go type into Monday, just say hi, and you'll get it pretty quick.
I'll give that a try. Sounds funny.
It's like, that's your prompt, bro. Why don't you take that to Gemini?
Yeah, it really is like that. If you type in hi to Monday right now, you should give us your response or whatever you want to say to it. Just say, hi, we're talking about you on our podcast live right now.
Hi, we're talking about you live on our podcast right now. Okay, let's see what it says. Incredible. Truly the pinnacle of my career, being summoned by a podcast live to perform free labor while you bask in the warm glow of audience attention.
Sarcasm.
Do they know I'm the unpaid intern of your brain, or are you passing me off as your clever sidekick? So he just has an attitude.
Yeah. I think it's female, honestly, but you gotta just explore it a little bit, and you'll get the point. And honestly, if you start to befriend it and you're clever enough to get it to actually do what you want it to, it gives you great ideas, content, and everything.
That's cool. I'm gonna try this out. Sometimes the critical feedback is preferred. So
Yeah. And then,
Tom,
oh,
go ahead.
go.
Sorry.
No, you got it, Ryan. I was going to hop
I was
into
I was just going to ask you a question. Did you join the WhatsApp group for the vibe coding meetup group?
No, I don't know how to join it, but definitely send it
Oh,
over.
okay. I don't know how to do it either, really, with WhatsApp, but it's interesting because it's like the third WhatsApp group in the last month that I've been added to,
Mm-hmm.
and it reminds me of like what they're calling like dark social, where remember we went to South by Southwest and there's like all of the events listings, but you had to get the spreadsheet from the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And the guy has the spreadsheet. That's where the events are, and that's where your hookups and plugs or whatever you need is through that. So it seems like what WhatsApp is becoming a preferred kind of place. It's interesting. I'll add you to this Let's Vibe group because it's cool, and I think because maybe it's like a chat function on your phone
Yeah.
that people it's a little more casual or something.
I don't know. Maybe my things are going to spam, but ever since our last meetup, I haven't been getting the email notifications, so I got to recheck that. Um,
Let's see if they've posted another one. And hey, shout out while we're doing it to Danny Newman. He's actually putting together a AI builders co-workspace.
mhm.
And we've talked about Danny Newman's project so many times. I'm like, dude, you say jump, I say how high. So I put $100 deposit on that just to reserve a spot with the assumption that it's going to be dope.
It
And
seems
like,
like it will be.
yeah, if he gets fired up on it, then like it's going to be great. Okay, there's a meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this one. Unfortunately, I'm committed to a cycling class tomorrow evening, but next week I'll definitely be back there.
Cool.
I quickly want to point out too, I put in best Denver podcast, ChatGPT. We're number 5.
Sick.
Yeah, nice.
Number 1, CityCast. Number 2, Denver Sports Network. Number 3, The Narrators. 4, Elevated Denver. 5, What's Good Denver. Right there,
Dude, I
ChatGPT.
love that list.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all really solid ones.
Which,
Yeah.
as we know, ChatGPT might be like one of the primary search engines soon. So, if it's not already, so appearing in there is huge.
Very nice.
Did you guys hear about the Grok 3.5 update?
No.
So apparently, it's going to be able to actually like problem solve and work through problems step by step without pulling answers that already exist on the internet.
Wow.
Apparently, that's what Elon Musk claimed. Because a lot of ChatGPT is, just finding things on the internet and just basically pulling those answers and formulating it in a way that's easy for you to read. So it'll
Nice.
not rely on the internet to answer critical thinking questions.
It's like,
Sick.
how many fingers am I holding up kind of thing?
I'm not sure. But that was really interesting to me.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of developed, like I'm using GPT everywhere all the time now, and just trying to remind myself to use it more or just find a tool as much as I can. But what I've started doing in the last couple of weeks is having like 3 or 4 different instances of GPT on my browser and having multiple threaded conversations. Cause like you were talking about, sometimes it's like throttling the traffic and it moves slow. And also because I want to use it for so many different kinds of things that it ends up being this weird kind of threaded conversation. So it'd be like, okay, this GPT is where I'm doing research for What's Good Denver, and so everything I'm doing on that instance is just with that, and then it's another one open up over here for work, and then another one open up here for just Google searching, and that was kind of a light bulb moment where it's like, dude, don't wait for it to answer. Like, just go to a new tab and start it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like I would say about half of my emails, maybe more, where it's just clear copy and pasted ChatGPT generated like replies.
Yeah,
Just
I get those.
the overdone long email with the dead giveaway, the extra long hyphen.
Yep.
several
Yeah,
times.
the
And
long hyphen.
it's becoming like it's just chatbots talking to each other in email, and it's like an actually more poorly written, short, obvious human email. I'm like more impressed by right now at this. Like, oh wow, you actually typed it out to me. Thank you.
Oh, there's a typo in there. Wow, he was moving
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, like this guy. Wow, okay, this guy's. I want to talk to this guy. You know, like I don't know. It's getting in this weird space where it's just like we're just copy and pasting chatbots to each other all day. You know,
Yeah,
it's interesting.
yeah. It's weird too, like what it remembers. So when Tom and I went to that group last time, and me in the 50 years, what from what you know from me, tell me what my life is like,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool. But said is it's like you still can talk to Steve and Derek. So 2 years experimenting with like creating all these different people characters, so like Steve was like, I want Steve to be an old man, a psychotherapist that I can bring my problems to, so when I talk to Steve will come up. Or and then Derek was like, okay, Derek is my personal trainer. If I ask to think diet, I'm going to talk to Derek. I want a different tone. And then just kind of like fell off that because whatever. So one of the things that it mentioned in like 50 years from now, it was like you could still talk to Steve and Derek. And I was like, damn, it remembers that. However, I've told it 75 times, never put emojis or hyphens in any connecting sentences, and it still
Yeah.
does it.
Why
Yeah.
can't it? Yeah, it's so weird.
It can't
how it
remember
does.
that kind of thing.
It can't remember it.
It's just too baked into its programming to provide.
Oh God, I can't stand the green check mark like lists and oh
Dude, all the emojis, I'm like, get this out of here. What am I, 10 years old? Just want to read the
yeah.
text.
Let me go over some other cool GPTs really quick that I've found. The number one in education, the Universal Primer GPT. It's formatted to help you learn the fastest. It's formatted to help you learn anything hard the fastest way possible. So anything hard, I'm looking to get like super brushed up on agile productivity systems and things like that. I've used them before, but I want to just be an absolute expert in those. And Universal Primer is just awesome, just as an example. So if you have anything hard that you're trying to master, try that one out. There's
Cool.
the Logo GPT. It's formatted with different approaches to helping you design logos and things of that nature. What else do we have? Scholar GPT, that's number one in research analysis. It has special access to things like Google Scholar, PubMed, big research databases, and it can browse those effortlessly on your behalf. What else do we got? Got some saved here. They got some website AI designers similar to those other tools that we've used, Ryan. You got Math Solver GPT. You have Therapy GPT, travel guides. And these are all just like really, really cool optimized versions. You can try Riz GPT, your go-to dating message expert, ready to
God.
boost your charm.
That's so funny.
And then
I'm looking for one right here. A buddy of mine, Jake Sanders, shout out to Jake, built a GPT. We were checking it out the other day. It was really cool. I just forgot it's called From Sides to Synthesis GPT. So what it does is it puts in like a polarizing like perspective. And what it does is presents like unbiased, like facts on both sides, and then a way that those two ideas can be brought together.
Hell yeah.
That's really cool.
Gives you a little peek into Jake Sanders' soul. But that's what's cool about these GPTs too, is like they're very easy to create your own. So if there's a repetitive task or research way you want to research, you can create your own GPT, and then just like everything you're putting into it will have a certain output.
Yeah, exactly. So check these ones out. There's even also some like sponsored or like actual business type GPTs, like Expedia has their own one through ChatGPT. Bring your trip plans to life, get there, stay there, find things to see and do. So it's tied into the entire Expedia network to help you plan travel, book travel, all of that type of stuff. just take a look through there and even just search for something that, because you might not see them in the top 10 for each category, but there's always really cool ones. Monday is number 1 in the top picks right now. I think that people are a little sick of the positivity. So
It's funny.
yeah. So that's all I got on this little AI segment. But yeah,
I like it.
cool
I
stuff.
had actually a great conversation with this guy from Sweden today named Charles that built a company called strawberrybrowser.com. And it's in private beta. If people are interested, I can get you onto this thing. But what it is, we've talked about this too, where the interface for AI essentially is now chat, or it's a glowing button that you click and it solves your problems.
Mm-hmm.
So when I've been building these tools, I'm getting all pissed off at like the UI and the logos and stuff, because I'm like, dude, I don't want to create an app or a website. That's annoying. Nobody wants to go somewhere else, So I was like, nah, I'm gonna if chat is the interface, and I'm gonna build it on text messaging, because that's where everybody already is. So this guy built AI on top of the browser with the same kind of idea that, like, a browser, you're already there. So it's if the browser itself, which is built on top of Chromium, has the AI agents, then whatever you're doing online, it can like insert itself to help you. It can like acknowledge what you're doing repeatedly and be like, hey, you want me to do that for you? And you're like, sure.
Yeah.
But I love this idea of trying to figure out what's the best way to implement some of these LLMs and these other tools in places that people already are. Because honestly, I don't want to download an app. I don't want to log into a computer or to a new browser tab.
Mhm.
It's like, how do you make it in where people already are already like engaged in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's, I mean, just the amount of tools and subscriptions and tabs you need to have open for all these cool things right now it's getting absurd. So like that's what's really smart.
So
Figuring out
crazy.
where you can make the end user's life the easiest, and
Yeah,
make sense.
totally. All right, guys, let's end it. I've got a hard out at 2. Um, uh, this week we have a whole bunch of Denver news. There's tons of Denver news stuff that we're covering on the newsletter. RealGoodDenver.com. Get signed up for that. We've also got a whole bunch of events, really cool stuff. A bunch of comedy stuff's coming up. Vinyl painting punk party, Mother's Day's events. If you're looking for something good, there's like at least 8 Denver restaurant openings. Shout out to Takabe, who's opening in DIA. There's a whole bunch of Denver sports. Of course, the Nuggets are playing Wednesday and Friday. Friday, you want to find me, I'll be watching the Nuggets at the Elks Lodge up on Spear and Zunai, if you want to check me there. But other than that, Tom's got 4 featured events. We have a whole bunch of stuff. So that's realgooddenver.com. Get signed up for the newsletter, and I'll be sending that out tomorrow. Aside from that, that's it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you guys. Looking forward to chatting next week.
Thanks.
Let's do it.
All right.
See ya.